Smoking weed won't bring enlightenment. It's a beautiful scene behind me. Only 1%, literally 1% of people in the world will get enlightened from smoking weed. And so somebody that is enlightened is not going to smoke weed. Now, could be various reasons why they're not, but ultimately, when you're enlightened or reach a state of nirvana, which is a Buddhist term, you're not going to need to smoke. You're not going to want to. And you'll be deviating from enlightenment. You'll just basically give yourself more thoughts and also make you more tired or decrease your energy. Now, somebody that isn't enlightened, it would be more sensible. There would be more of a reason to smoke or take edibles or do any type of drug, because it's an illusion. Now, I'm not talking that these people would smoke for enlightenment, but there's a big difference from when you are enlightened. You're not going to care to smoke. Because even when you do smoke, you'll still be enlightened. So, and you'll see that it causes more problems. They may be so subtle, it's not a big deal. Nothing's really a big deal if you're already enlightened. But if you're not enlightened, it's more sensible to smoke. And also, if you have some illness, if you're sick. Now, I'm not saying that these people are smoking for enlightenment, but it makes more sense to smoke because you haven't abided in God's essence. You haven't felt the supreme. what it really feels like to be alive, which is the best state ever. So it would make sense to smoke, especially if you're ill. Not saying you should, but there's definitely a cause. And again, it makes more sense. Because at least you can get some satisfaction or an illusion of something closer to the God. And to reiterate it, someone who's enlightened is not going to need to smoke because it's going to deviate from the ultimate feeling. Not to say someone who is enlightened, they can drink and have sex. It's not a big deal. Whereas other people who aren't enlightened and sick, we'll just say just people who aren't enlightened, they're getting an illusion. They're chasing a high that's not the real thing. And then people begin to think like the drug is actually like one of the best feelings in the world. But there's actually something more subtler, more simple, and it feels better. It's actually the best. I don't know if that's like a rainbow. But it's actually the best feeling.